Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Very nice. How much? I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
Ugh, that nasally voice right at the beginning. I'm gonna turn off now. 1 out of 5. It's Aaron.
Got him. Did you guys...
Fuck us.
Aaron, please tell me you've seen Borat 2. Have you seen Borat 2 yet?
I have not seen Borat 2, no.
It's pretty good. We watched it the night it came out last week.
The only thing I have heard of it is obviously the Rudy Giuliani touching his penis scene.
Wait, you didn't hear that he fucking sits down as a 5-man dungeon with fucking Rudy Giuliani too? Like he literally plays WoW.
What I assume this is a Goofenheimer.
No, Rudy's like, I'm an orc warrior, and I'm really
He
into
would be.
Mythic Plus this season.
He
He's
would,
like, I actually made him back in the day, during the good old days when it was, Bannon and I, and we were just trying to like convince all the people to make an insurgence of the right wing through the gamer scene.
fucking Rudy Giuliani would be a goblin arcane mage. I don't know why he just exudes goblin arcane mage energy.
It's probably the ears, honestly. It's mostly the ears. My review of Borat 2, very nice. It's a pretty okay movie.
I want to go see it with my wife.
Pretty good, pretty good. It's really odd that Borat phrases are back in vogue again. I'm like, I don't know if I like this. It just reminds me of 2005 when it first came out.
Do you think
It's
with
retro
this
now.
success, we're going to see a Bruno 2? Maybe The Dictator 2?
Please, God, don't give me a Bruno 2. I'll never forget watching Bruno in the theaters with my father. The worst experience of my life.
Didn't he get a little African-American child and name it Katrina?
I was like, my dad did not do that, but you met Bruno. I
Yes.
think he did do that.
Ooh, that's prime 2007, 2008 energy for you.
Oh my God. Oh, fuck. They're also rebooting Tiny Toons. They're rebooting
I
Tiny
did
Toons.
see that, yeah.
So all I'm saying is they're hitting up all my shit. When are we getting a Mummies Alive reboot? It's gotta happen. 6 seasons in a movie,
What do you
please.
think I've been doing with all my time off, with my furlough?
Have you been shooting Mummies Alive, the movie?
Let's just say that I'm a very method actor. I chopped off one of my arms, and I'm really hope we start filming those scenes where I get it back soon.
I honestly don't think we can get any more niche of a conversation than Mummies Alive. Something I'm sure literally probably nobody other than us has seen.
You really had to be a child of the Fox box.
And the thing is, like, I was all about the Fox box, but I just never watched Mummies Alive. I think I chose not to. I don't know why.
But immune. Come on. They are the mummies.
Okay, they had mummy vehicles. Mummy motorcycles is such a cool concept. Are you kidding me? Okay, but let's talk about some fucking WoW, because I feel like I literally did so much WoW in this past week. I feel like I've been playing WoW for like a year in this past week. It's insane.
Well, I guess before we dive into that, I do see that we have a review on
Say
the Warcraft
what?
Radio podcast directory. So I say we kick off this show with a shot, since we got a new 5-star review from our boy, Casual Rager.
Oh boy.
So in his review, he says, well, actually, I guess I don't know that it's a he. They say, drink up. Believe this constitutes as a double drink, one for the actual review and one for being a review. Oh, shit.
Oh shit, Casual Rager about to make me act up in the club here.
Well, I guess I will take my shot, and sorry, I'm not going to pour like a second shot right now, right off the bat, but I will chug a decent portion of this drink that I prepared as well.
Here
Everybody in the
goes
club
nothing.
getting tipsy. Glug, 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 glug.
Whew.
Ugh.
Wow, for some reason that felt really bad today. Ugh.
You know, we do
Yeah.
this every week, and yet for some reason, maybe it's just because it doubled up, it felt real rough today.
Ugh, I'm still like shaking a little bit from that. Maybe it's because I chased it with a mixed drink as well, but whew, okay.
Straight up, though, I'm feeling fine today. Usually I record this thing in just my jammies shirtless. Today I have my professor shirt on from work still. I'm feeling fine.
I'm sorry, what's a professor shirt? Like, does it say professor written across it, or is it like a sick collar?
It's like big and quilted and maroon, and it's got a big fluffy collar that goes around. I just wore it. I was like, today is the unique kind of like, it's cold enough that I could wear this professor shirt to work. And when I got inside, it definitely wasn't. I was sweating to the oldies, but I was like, I gotta look academic. Ugh.
Oh, it's just funny because when you said that, I had a visual picture of, I don't know if you guys have seen this guy on your For You page on TikTok. But there's this like physics professor that he just has like one like fancy button up shirt and that's like all he wears. So I pictured it was kind of like that.
It's like that, but a lot thicker and with a loose foreskin adjacent collar.
Ugh.
I do not like that description. The Casual Ranger, thanks again for your review. We're going to talk about Aaron's foreskin collared shirt now. What? I
thought you were going to say we're going to talk about Aaron's foreskin, but no, I'm a child of the 90s. I'm aerodynamic.
I mean, same.
Okay, we got to talk about World of Warcraft. Give me off this train. Just, Aaron, tell us about what you did in WoW, but try not to mention your foreskin anymore.
Oh, well, let me just take up my big pencil and erase 2/3 of this. But this week in WoW, it was a slower, somber one. I was doing my dailies on Growliina, and I happened to get the quest started to get my fox mount. As of this recording, I do not have it, but it will be, by the time you, listener, are hearing this, it will be in my mounts.
Ooh, this is the Suramar one?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And once again, it's a beautiful ground mount that will be rendered obsolete within a couple months here when I am running wild.
You know, it's funny. We actually saw a wargun running wild on the boat the other day, and we both literally were like, what the fuck is that? Oh, right. It's a wargun crawling around on all fours. Because he was RP walking up and down the boat, but he was crawling. So it made me very uncomfortable seeing like an RP walk crawl. I did not like it going slow.
Dang, I haven't RP walked it like that. I gotta start going around Borealis like that.
Yeah, so this guy was just like RP walking, circling the quest table on the boat. And I'm like, ugh, I feel uncomfortable right now. I gotta go.
I was waiting for some world quest today, and someone pet me. So I did RP walk, run wild next to them. And they were like, Tatiana brushes up against you and blushes. And I was like, I'm definitely having like a weird experience with this person, but that's okay.
Ooh.
But anyways, the other big thing I did was I once again put on my armor so I wouldn't get hurt and did Exile's Reach for the Horde.
Ooh.
Ooh, mark it in the books. Another week of us playing Horde.
Yeah, I got my boy Disgustius, the troll rogue, and it was, very similar. Your person is like a arms warrior orc lady, and you save her daughter, and then it's pretty much the same experience. Although there are weird, subtle differences. Like instead of getting on a big boar, you shoot at the zombies with a big laser gun.
What?
I don't know if using wildlife to make it big is too much of a pussy move for the epic horde, but you get on a helicopter and you shoot the zombies with a big gun.
Is it like a goblin-made gun?
Yes.
Or like, where do they get this gun? Okay, well, I feel like that should have been more of our quest, and they ride the savage pig, because they are savage pigs. What the hell, Blizzard?
I guess
Maybe they thought they'd
goes
switch it
back
up a little
to the gnome technology being more like goofy, like we're gonna make something big or we're gonna turn you into chickens, and then the goblin technology just being like it explodes.
Boom.
But the only thing that was fun of it was harder. It was harder to accomplish everything, and part of that was probably me being like, I don't play rogues much. But also I'm like, yeah, because the Horde sucks. It's harder on this island because the Horde sucks.
Spicy.
But other than that, I started on my boy Walter the Death Knight, which of course is ever so sad. Worgen fought so hard to get glowy eyes, and I was just like, let me make a Death Knight where they're only ever blue. But I'm level 35 on him, and I'm just having a blast.
You know, I never really thought about how weird it is that Worgen can be Death Knight, because the whole reason that they're Worgen in the first place is to not be undead. I guess they're not zombies when they're Death Knights, but it is pretty weird that they're raised from the dead, right? That's like their whole thing that they don't want to be.
I was always weirded out by when you do a Death Knight Worgen, the guy, because every race gets a guy in like a house that you have to kill, and that's where you get your humanity. The guy who you kill is a sentient Worgen, and it's like, I don't think they're supposed to be able to do that. Why would he be a Worgen when he's just sitting down? Wouldn't he turn back into a human?
Yeah, you'd think, but maybe he's like, fuck it, I'm going out like this.
Also, this is a quick side note before I throw it out. I recently found out that Celestine of the Harvest has a human form that she can turn into, and I am appalled. I always held her up as one of the examples of Worgen that choose to be Worgen, and I am so sad now. Darius Crowley is my only hero.
What is the context of when you saw her change into her human form?
She is one of the people you talk to do Hollow's End stuff.
And she's not in her Worgen form for
No,
Hollow's
she's just
End?
an old human woman. And I didn't even notice because I was just like, click, doing stuff. And then Cubby Bub was like, oh, there's Celestine. And I was like,
yeah, I must have just not even noticed because I don't think I'd ever seen her not as a Worgen before.
Wait, how old is she? You said she was old. Is she like wrinkly, like old?
Yeah,
or like
she's like old. Like her human model has short gray hair and she has like an old crinkly face.
What the? I thought she was like a young hot stud. Well, this
She's
is
a
fucking
grandma.
Bro, get those fucking granny panties out of here, Celestine. Fucking stay in your Worgen form.
Never see her at the end of a Sexiest.
Well,
Maybe. You never know. But
tatas.
I'm tired of talking. This shirt's getting hot. I'm professorial, but I'm also overheated. So while I remove it, immune. What did you do in the World of Warcraft?
Well, this week in WoW, I did a lot of leveling. I have the week off this week because I never bothered rescheduling it after Shadowlands fell through for this week. So I've just been leveling my Void Elf Warlock. It's my first time making it past level 20 on a Warlock, and I've been really enjoying it. I've been playing Affliction, and
you won't enjoy it for too much longer.
No, I actually really do like it. I'm like almost max level now. I'm 49. I'm like so close. So like literally after this recording, I'll probably ding 50. But
I did 110 levels as Affliction, and if someone came into my room today and was like, "Can I just yank off your pinky nail and then you'll have that time back?" I'd be like, "Please."
Fuck.
Wow. I mean, like, I genuinely really like it. I don't know if it's changed with the pre-patch since you last played it, but I like it. It's a lot of dots. But yeah, during this leveling, I chose to do the Chromie Time leveling, and I basically just made this character a long time ago, and she was like level 11, so like I basically just started from the beginning of Pandaria, and I've been loving it. Like, the Pandarian leveling is so fun. The quests I feel like are very unique. The entire zone is beautiful, and then like the story's cool. I don't feel like I've ever made it out of like the just Jade Forest area before because, you know, in old school leveling it was like, you know, you're there for like half of Jade Forest and then it's like, okay, move on to the next. So yeah, my plan is to get her to max and then I'll have the heritage armor for a Void Elf. And then I mentioned it last episode that I was disappointed in my distribution of like race class combos of all my characters. So I've made a game plan of how to fix that.
Ooh.
How much money is it gonna run you? What are the expenses?
I think it is going to cost 2 race changes, which I feel like now is the time to do it because they are a little cheaper and I have some BNet balance. So I'm going to end up race changing my human mage Koragos into a void elf skinned as a high elf. I feel like that still works canonically there. And then I'm going to race change Salinity, my human paladin, into maybe a Lightforged Draenei, but that is after I level my Lightforged Draenei warrior to max level, just as a reward for that. I don't know. That's the way I'm like making this okay to myself, spending money on a race change. So I want to do that to get the heritage armor for Lightforged as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, what you definitely don't want to do is get a paladin to like level 90 and then boost him because you want to play with your girlfriend on your paladin.
What do you mean? This is a good idea to me.
I had to replay so much content.
Oh, I'm also like almost at Lore Master for Pandaria now because of this, because you can actually do most everything when leveling through it, which is cool. I also dinged 200 toys, so I'm now Thrash and Crashin', because like I feel like every other quest chain gives you a toy in Pandaria, which is kind of cool. And other than that, my big takeaway from this leveling is that I always called it the Karasong Wilds, but I think it's actually spelled Krasarang Wilds, and I felt very surprised by that for some reason.
This is, having done literally all of the quests, this is the first time I'm really thinking about it. Damn, my worldview has been changed live on podcast.
Wait, spell it out.
Krasarang.
Yep, that's Krasarang.
Yeah, wow, I always said it's Karasang Wilds too.
Karasang just sounds better, I think, but oh well.
That's like, most people say Elwyn Forest. It's actually Elmer Forest.
Elmer Fudd Forest.
Elmer Fudd Forest with his scythe that your weird right-wing uncle just absolutely hates. Why can't my cartoon men have a gun anymore?
But that's basically what I got up to in WoW this week. So, Slide, tell us about what you did.
I fucking did so much. So I also did a race analysis of characters that needed to be
of people
swapped.
you saw on the street.
Oh no.
Well, I'm constantly
I don't
doing
know.
that.
Those guys, I saw them throw a lot of trash on the ground.
I don't know about these bitches out here wearing backwards caps. So I looked at my shit and I was like, I need to make some changes here. So to be fair, the changes I made weren't that productive. Hello? Someone's honking outside. It must be the people throwing trash at their windows.
It must be all those people I see at the basketball courts.
Making that noise pollution. But okay, so my breakdown basically was like, I have literally all my characters are just dwarfs, humans, and night elves with one gnome thrown in there. And I don't even remember what the other one is. What the other outline? Oh, it's a Koltiran, who's a fat human. It's humans all the way down, basically.
Yeah, I mean, at least your base set had a little more diversity. Mine was just like humans and Koltiran human.
Mine is like human, short, squat, wide human, fat human, and then it's like 3 dwarfs and 3 dark iron dwarfs. And I'm like, holy fucking shit, man. I'm just all dwarfed out.
You do have your type.
I didn't think I did, but I guess I really do. But it's funny because the changes that I made, I changed Bludgeon is my dark iron warrior. I changed her to Hay, who is a human warrior, because humans are the best warriors, and having big ass swords that don't drag into the ground and clip like into the dirt is such a godsend. And I'm not gonna play a Draenei. They're so gross. They can't wear hoofs.
Hey,
I'm sorry, they're all hoofs. I'm not gonna play a Worgen because they're all hunched up and nasty. If I wanted to be me, I would just play me in their real life. Who cares about that? And so it's like there's not many tall classes left that can hold big swords that I like. So human warrior it is. But then, my other character is a Draenei shaman who is one of the bastions of diversity left on my squad, and I race changed him from a Draenei to a dark iron dwarf.
God.
So now I have a dark iron shaman. A dark iron shawoman. She's a fucking lady. She ain't a man. No shaman. A shawoman.
It's a dark iron person of natural magics.
She loves the earth and its healing crystals. We can all get behind that.
My aunt?
And
What's her opinion of apple cider vinegar?
it's Becky. Becky loves it. No, it's Bludgeon, not Becky.
Bludgeon says apple cider vinegar heals all wounds.
But I have simply fucking fallen in love with her, with Aaron's aunt. I have been gearing her. She's eye level 85 now, which is, it took me a while to wrap my head around what exactly eye level 85 meant.
Yeah, I was over here like, ha ha ha, ha, so low, but that's like not bad because I think max is like 130, 140 now.
I feel like it's just really inappropriate for Slide to talk about how he is now gearing Aaron's aunt on the podcast. That is disgusting.
She likes it.
Hey,
It's
I'm
fine.
just happy for her. She went through a bad divorce recently. If you can make her happy with your gearing, go ahead. Just
Gross.
be warned. Last year at Thanksgiving, she played Forget You by CeeLo Green and said, I just heard this one. Have you guys heard this?
Whoa, I feel like that's like a decade behind. Come on now.
She literally had to step in a time like an icicle chamber to get away with that one.
But basically, Aaron's aunt has become very quickly the third place runner-up, pushing second place for Shadowlands potential. I would call her actually a 2.5 on the honkometer. She's right behind Alan and right behind Wildseed.
Ooh.
It's like to the level of that two of these three are going to be your main and alt. You just don't know which one, or is there one that has a little more of a preference?
I mean, I honestly feel like the way that my brain works is whoever I'm playing last is a preference. But to be fair, she's probably a solid 2.5. So she's still behind Alan and Wildseed, my Death Knight and Druid. But she's fucking fighting because the fantasy of Dark Iron Shaman is beautiful. The totems are drilling into the ground. Now with the new artifact changes, her weapons are literally in one hand, she is just holding the concept of fire. Like it's just like a fire mace. It's completely made out of fire, not solid at all. And the other one is just a lava mace. So she's beating people to death with fire. I killed a low-level horde earlier, and she literally, the animation was straight up a clothesline. She clotheslined this man with fire, and he died immediately. And I'm like, fuck, I like that way too much.
I did not think that this delay would lead to a wild shakeup in the honkometer, but I, both as a member of this podcast and as an audience member, am absolutely loving it. The drama.
I mean, and I will say also that, like, the delay has also made it so that I am kind of considering Warlock being my alt in Shadowlands.
How close on your honkometer would you say your Warlock is to, like, what is your ratings of, like, your alts?
Okay, so obviously Immunization, my priest, is my main. The first one I'm going to level, the one I'm going to raid with, all that jazz. But, I mean, I always feel like it has to be Metaloid, my hunter, as, like, the alt. Because that was my first character I ever made, like, and leveled with, basically, to max level and did any content with. But I think this Warlock is really close behind Metaloid. Like, those two are fighting right now.
I've played too many people, and I don't have incredibly strong feelings about any of them, except for Randleman. But I respect him. He's still behind the big three.
The Rand man himself. Make him number one. Make him your main. Like, make it happen.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do it so that Growliina can take a vacation for a couple years, and we'll have Rambling with Randleman, and I guess I'll just do this voice. It's a lot less taxing on my throat, I can tell you that.
Some guy in his 40s.
It's me. You know what? Blizzard they were too scared to put the Randleman setting on their new microphone.
But so other than that, I also followed, I was like, if Aaron got his Horde Horse and his Alliance Wolf last week, so I'm like, I'm going to finally go do that. Holy fuck, man. I did not realize how much more fucking quest chains I had to do on Gum Gums. It took me a whole weekend to finish this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was out here because my ultimate goal is to make a Zandalari Druid, and I would use the Druid to do Chromie Time on Horde side and get me some sweet Mog that I wouldn't have because, Horde has different Mog. So I did all of that, and I feel like there's so much that I learned playing Horde side once again. Most importantly, I want to start with can we talk about how apparently at some point King Mechatort creates an army of robotic gorillas and robotic kitties to fight the Horde? They literally have to hold off an army of mech animals. And I'm like, when the fuck did that happen? Like, who's commanding this mech kitty army?
I do not even remember this.
It literally must have been something like we as Alliance people leveling never even saw, which is crazy to me.
But yep, I was leveling. I was doing my Horde stuff, getting that out of the way. I'm just glad it's done. I'm tired of being a stinky Horde and trying to navigate Zuldazar. Though I feel like I really figured it out by the end of it, like where to go and how to get to the stupid boats. But God, it was a ride I didn't enjoy that much. Except it gave me my love for Shaman that now I want to play on my Alliance.
I was just about to say, she was a Shaman, so maybe that got you Shaman in the brain, and you're like, that's what I gotta do.
I gotta be a Sha woman. Oh, but you know what? Do you guys remember how they made a change to Group Finder? How if you were below level 50, you can't queue up with people in like LFG or whatever. No, not LFG, in Group Finder, like the like custom groups and stuff. Basically preventing people from being like, oh, we're gonna RP? Nah, you can't do that. Well, it actually also affects if you're trying to queue into world quests. I was leveling my Shaman because she was only level 48 or whatever in Drustvar. And I had to fucking kill Rindowo, the big, like, wood Goliath guy. And I had the button at the bottom that said, click this to find groups. So I pressed it, and it would not work because I can't queue for a group below level 50. And I'm sitting here like, this guy has, like, literally like 200,000 health. I cannot solo him. My only option was to just sit in general chat and be like, can somebody please help little old me? So like, I think it's an oversight that they kind of missed when they were like being like, we're gonna make groups. You can't do custom groups, so you can't get boosted all the time. But it's like, well, what about me? I was stranded for 30 minutes trying to get help to kill this fucking boss.
And man, I feel like that's not the only bug we've experienced so far. I know that like there are countless bugs and the game is like really like not where it needs to be right now. I know that like in particular, our friend Bill was coming back to WoW and we were doing some battlegrounds with him, and I was on my Warlock and like I was a high enough level that I had bought mounting, right? And when I went into the game, it's like, you are not efficient at riding mounts. You can't do that. So I could not mount up in this battleground, which was like, what?
Yeah, the game is really kind of buggy right now, and not in a good way. Like, not in a cute, like, haha, hee hee, in like a, wow, this fucking sucks. Like, there's that bug. Bill also took a boat from Borealis back to Stormwind, and it dropped him off at a random cave, somewhere on the way in like a Rathy. Like, it just like teleported to him. Like, the boat ride did not happen.
I love that. Can that be a feature just for me? Just I hop on the boat and it brings me somewhere?
He was like, how do I get here and where do I go from here? And luckily, because I have a new recruiter friend, I could teleport him to me. So it worked out. But it was like, what if I didn't have this thing? Like, he'd be stuck there. He'd have to Hearthstone back to Borealis and try the boat again and hope that he doesn't go back to that cave.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But basically, moral of my story from that group finder fiasco is shout out to Araya. She's a beautiful little mage who heard my little calls of, can somebody please help me kill this? Because I can't do this alone. And she was like, I'll be right there. She zoomed on in. She's an arcane mage. We blasted it down. And then for extra treats, we killed the nasty little horde who was nearby trying to snipe us. So that bitch saved my ass.
Boy.
Speaking of Rindowo, maybe it's time to do a Timewarp.
Oh no!
So for anybody who's new, aka person on Reddit who just DM'd me saying he liked our show when I told them to listen to our podcast because he asked questions.
Tell him to give us Reddit gold.
No.
Tell us to post us on r/chonkers. I want to make front page.
Wait, who would be on Chonkers? Our Coltirans? Like what?
Me.
No, I don't know. Just post a picture of your dying overweight cat and then also be like, listen to the show. That always gets Reddit gold.
Hey, you're not wrong.
The name of this cat is, my podcast's name is Do Not Relent, a World of Warcraft podcast.
Okay, but these two have 40 seconds to give me as many correct answers of the category I'm about to ask. The loser has to take 5 shots.
I do not agree to these terms or conditions.
I'm a little boy. I'll die.
Okay, fine. They're taking 1 shot again. Pussies. So, you two have surely encountered a lot of World Quest quote-unquote bosses during your times. How many of them can you name? Ready?
Wait, there's a lot of them. How are you going to know?
Yeah.
If it's a named character that you are killing in a world boss, aka
In BFA.
in BFA, or BFA only, aka Rindowo, which you can't use.
Okay, gotcha.
Ready, steady, fire!
Betsy,
The Lycan King.
Alchemist Pits, Stone Golem, and
Gulliver. Sand Scour.
Sand King thing. Was that what's called? Sand Queen?
King Gurgle Murgle. The Sand Queen.
Oh God, I can envision a lot of them, but I don't know their names.
Sawmaw, Sawtooth.
Kickers.
Knickers. Corrupted Orca. Corrupted Tide Skipper.
So I'm actually fairly confident. Shut up, timer. I might have missed one, but it sounded to me like you guys straight up tied. Immune came out hot with Stone Golem and Alchemist Pits and somebody else. And then I heard Aaron, I heard Sand Scour, I heard 3 others that I forgot now. But so I guess it's a tiebreaker. So let me think. Okay, this would be an easy one. Name 1 world boss in Draenor. Go.
Doom Roller.
Ding 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 ding. That's what I'm looking for. The answer was Doom Roller, because good luck naming anybody else.
You said name 1, I can name you 1. If you said name 2, I would have just started drinking.
Well, I'll be right back, boys. I'm gonna go pour this fucking shot, I guess.
God, poor Immune. He had to take 3 shots this episode.
I still can't name anybody else. I'm trying to think of like other WOT people, and I'm like, God, what are their names? Mudlump. Mudlump. There we go. There's 2.
There you go. There's 2.
Well, I guess while I wait for him to do his shot, I was literally on my board I wrote here from the Horde campaign. I was like, Telemon, the Lightforged Draenei, he's still alive? Because there's a quest for like, he's like kicking Horde ass. And I was like, you have to kill him. And I go to kill him and he like survives. And I'm like, Telemon's gonna make it out of here. He's gonna make it out of here. I wrote on my board, Telemon lives. And then 5 minutes later, I had to draw a frowny face and say I killed Telemon, and the real Telemon killed Quest.
Yeah, there's that one where he splits into 3 and he's like, I will fight to another place. And then just later on, you kill him.
So mad.
Wait, Telemon activates Manta Style?
Oh, yes, he does. He straight up does it, and it beats up the Horde real bad for a while.
Okay, I'm also back and I have the shots. I'm going to take it. Okay, cheers, boys.
I love that quest line because you go with Talanji in your giant raptors and you just go to an empty beach that just has the weather wand spinning and she goes, what the fuck is this? Oh no, they are killing my dad in the distance.
It's just like that's like an exact quote from her. What the fuck?
She goes, why is this big wand just spinning? Oh no, they're killing my father.
Ooh. I just got spicy guild news, everybody.
Ooh, what is it?
Live drop.
So, we have an officer group chat on GroupMe, an app I've never heard of before. I guess it's for kids or families. Who fucking knows? I don't have either of those. Well, I have a family.
I've been told that it is better for international families.
Probably better than fucking Facebook. But so Kata says, quick heads up, that douchebag that keeps messaging people in the guild, aka the guy from last week who's being a real dickhole, his GM just joined our guild. on a boosted Death Knight to raid with us. Also, hold up. We're handing out raid slots. I've been telling people that they can't raid with us because we're filled. Why does this man? Hello?
Literally clocker for this, and my boy Fial Ammonius deserves that spot more than whoever the fuck this is.
Well, now that
Get her.
Now that we have this, there's no way he's not raiding with us. Like, he's raiding with us, like, end to end, period. Like, there's no reason for him not to. Like, I don't know this fucking man.
And
also,
that's on what?
Side note,
Period.
this big boy who was being like, stop stealing my guys, wasn't the GM. He was just some guy.
I thought he was the GM. That's why I'm super confused. So maybe he was lying as being the GM, which is, God, what a pitiful man. So keep your eyes peeled for this drama unfolding.
And while it unfolds like a beautiful ripened bunch of bananas, I will pass it on to my girl Growliina.
It's me, Growl. It's hard to talk with vampire teeth in when you already have big-ass fangs. Anyways, it's Growliina, coming to you with a spooky Hollow's End update. I'm here today with Zemel. So Zem, what will you be going as for the frights and festivities this Hollow's End?
Well, what I want to be more than anything is a kitty cat. I keep getting handfuls of treats, but they turn me into nasty stuff, like ghouls and geis.
But Zem, Hollow's End is all about being scary. Don't you think a little kitty cat is too tame for the season of shrieks and screams?
What's scarier than just an innocent-looking kitty? You look around and you see a bunch of demons and stuff, and then wham! It's just some little cat? What's that about? What's that going to do? It boggles the mind. Now that's true fear.
Ooh, what a chilling plan. Well, I'm adding my support to your frightening feline adventure. Until next time, gals and ghouls, it's been Growliina.
Thank you, Growliina. You have come back to the spooky half of the show. During the break, we realized you may be listening to this on All Hallows Eve, the spookiest of times. And now it is the haunted half hour of the show.
Haunted half DNR.
It's haunted time.
Spooky, it's so spooky.
And here we are with some very spooky news that happened this last week. And, well, first off, I will say it's very spooky that, like, on the original timeline, we would be playing Shadowlands right now. And on the original time, we would be having already experienced or been on the way to BlizzCon. So that's all very spooky in the sense that it's sad. But also something that's very spooky is that, I guess, like, inadvertently, the Nathanos Blightcaller World event was posted, so people were able to kill him, but then they took it out of the game as if it was an accident. And the spookiest part is I didn't get to kill him.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
We should have gone out there and killed him immediately. People on the forums were like, the only thing you get is the satisfaction of killing him. You get no loot. And someone's like, that's more than enough for me. I've killed him 10 times today. And I was like, fuck, I need that kind of 2020 release in my life.
I would have stopped going to work this week, and I would have just sat there for days on end killing him until they forced me to leave.
In the 2020 list of things that are like cathartic for me in 2020, the top of the list is voting against Donald Trump, and like the second, really close probably, is like killing Nathanos Blightcaller, because like, you know, we won't have an option to kill Sylvanas for a while.
I haven't seen any spoilers on like this part of the storyline, but do we kill him? Like, he's dead? Or, like, does he die and, like, go to the Shadowlands to fucking be with Sylvanas or whatever?
I mean, the world boss is in Azeroth proper, as we will say. So I assume if he just dies, he goes to the Shadowlands, which I think we can assume is where she's at. So is that just his way of taunting us to kill him so that he can meet up with her? I don't know.
Will we just kill his hot cousin body? And then in Shadowlands, he'll show up with his disgusting, like, Kata body?
Ooh, can you imagine? Dude, that'd be the ultimate, like, torture for him. Being like, I'm no longer my hot cousin.
Oh, I have weird green hood on again. Whoa.
Or will he also just randomly be a woman now? I don't know.
Oh, that would be, you know he's a bigot. You know he would hate that. He'd be like, fuck.
Ah, I'm one of those Queerios. As a monster man, I hate this.
I will refuse to be Nathanos.
I can't believe this. Fuck that
Slide
guy.
really getting the most out of his fancy microphone that Blizzard definitely sent us.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it wasn't Blizzard, it was Yeti, but yeah. Ooh, but I got something real spooky to talk about.
Ooh, what is it? Boo.
Much to the chagrin of WoW veterans everywhere who have been farming for their entire lives to get this mount. Me, a simple Sha woman who walked into Headless Horseman only trying to get a better pumpkin ring that never drops, walked out successfully getting the flying broom mount. Oh, and also the Headless Horseman's mount, bitches! Finally!
Ooh, wait, you got them at the same time?
Yes, and let me tell you. So, you know how it gives you a fucking guild announcement when somebody gets, like, the Headless Horseman mount? So I saw that he got it, and I was like, oh my god. Insert Slide's real name here. You got the mount. And he's like, yeah, I got the broom. Now I can just, like, instantly mount.
So, because when I opened my loot, it was the largest Hollow's End table I've had to loot from. I got a mask, I got some candy. I got a mask, I got some candy. I got a mask, and then I got the broom. So I'm like, okay, 2 pages of loot, that's gotta be it, right? Apparently on the 3rd page was the Headless Horseman mount just sitting by himself. So I didn't even notice it until everyone's gratzing me, and I was like, what's everybody? I did it!
Yeah, so that is a story of how Slidewhistle got that fucking Headless Horseman mount, and I've been running it on several characters every day.
Honestly, it's about time.
I just know I've my luck has run out. I guess, what is the final day of Hollow's End? Maybe I'll run it there, get another Brewfest mount type style luck. But I'm just like, you know what? I've gotten too much in too short a time frame. Maybe next year.
I mean, I guess the bright side of things is that, I mean, Slide and I have been going to BlizzCon for like the last several years, so we haven't been able to get is it the Day of the Dead things done?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll be able to do that this year, so that's nice, I guess.
Hollow's End ends November 1st, so you have roughly 3 days more to get in there. I mean, like, the mount's cool and all, but it's pretty low res for being a fucking flying horse. I don't know. Spooky.
Do you also think Invincible is pretty low res?
Yeah.
Yes.
How frightening! A demon live on the podcast.
You know what would be scary if the fucking cast of Mummies Alive joined us? Ooh, that'd be so spooky.
They're dead.
I'm waiting.
Oh, well, you know, they did, or
They all died on a tour bus in the 1998 Mummies Alive tour. If they had survived, Mummies Alive would be as big as Pokemon is now.
You know, they did open that sarcophagus very recently in 2020, so it's possible one of them was in there.
Holding a crisp Blu-ray of Mummies Alive Season 2. They go, where's Season 1? And he goes, you have to solve the riddle.
Still, my main question is, who the fuck thought it was a good idea to open a sarcophagus in 2020 when all these things are already going wrong?
They wanted Mummies Alive Season 2. They solved the riddle. They knew it was there.
Honestly, I applaud their efforts. Like, if I knew there was a 1% chance that a Mummies Alive Blu-ray was inside a sarcophagus in 2020, I'd fucking pry that shit open so fast.
You know, I hear they're buried with their most valuable belongings, so yeah, like they probably have a few Blu-rays in there for the upcoming seasons.
Y'all, there wasn't even 2 seasons of Mummies Alive.
Nope.
There was only 1.
No, I said the upcoming seasons.
That's so... I would open that sarcophagus to get another beautiful, glorious season of Mummies Alive.
What, doesn't it literally have like 13 or 26 episodes? Like, that's straight up it of Mummies Alive?
I wouldn't know.
Okay, Aaron, it's your turn for something spooky. What is in your spooky box? You gotta unleash on us.
In my spooky box, I have this spooky mean thing I did this week.
Oh, okay.
I got on Karen and I became a guide and I just lied to people in guide chat.
What do you mean?
On the Horde.
What do you? Oh, on the Horde. On the Horde. That's fine. That's a-okay. I highly approve now.
Of course, Slide would highly approve of this, because Slide, tell everyone what you've been doing on your Horde character.
No, I don't want to steal Aaron's scary time. I'll open a second scary box after Aaron fully.
No, I mean that's all it is, and most people are like, shut the fuck up, but you can't get like booted off of guide chat. So every so often they'll be like, where do you go? And I'll just lie.
Wait.
Wait. What's your biggest lie you've told someone in guide chat?
If someone was like, where do you get, like, where's the T-Mogger? I was like, oh, there's not one in org. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, you have to use a Stormwind one.
That's bad. That's so bad.
And they were like, what? I said, yeah, it's like a yellow NPC. So because it's one of the Void guys. So they'll talk to you, but you have to sneak in. I said, it's not tough. You can take a boat and like sneak through the docks, but if you're not a rogue, it's going to take a little bit.
Oh my god.
We are fucking undercovering, attacking the Horde from the inside with the best ways possible. It's amazing.
Yeah, so if you see any little baby boy orcs trying to use the thing, granted, it's on Illidan, so it's not like we would see them. But if any of the Alliance of Illidan sees some people trying to sneak in, Karen Ironbane sent them.
Well, I tell you what, Gum Gums was also pulling Horde subterfuge that's over the fucking weekend. So I was leveling my Horde, my Horde Shaman, also on Illidan. Oh, poor Illidan got fucked up by us. And it was when the servers went down, when you couldn't log back in. So if you had logged out, you were essentially locked out for God knows how long.
Yeah, I think some point during this last week, I don't know if like WoW or Blizzard. I think Blizzard in general might have been DDoS for a little bit, and like people were having trouble logging back in.
Yeah, so basically, if you even like were to log out to switch characters, you couldn't get back in. So people were saying, if you're in the game, stay in the game. And I was like, I am on my Horde tune, and I am in war mode. So let's try to make life easier for my Alliance brothers who are also in the same zones I'm in. So I would type in any chat I was in, general chat, trade chat. Whenever I got into a new zone, I'd be like, hey, everybody. So just so you know, I just got a new update to my WoW. It has a lot of changes to it. Barbershop changes. There's some class changes. I don't know. If you log out and log back in, you'll get the update for it. This poor man who is in Stormsong Valley, this Horde Tauren, was like, oh, okay. Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, man. Logged out immediately. And I was like, oh, bitch, I don't know when you're getting back in, but all I know is my Alliance brothers can quest in this zone safely once again.
God, you are the 2020 adult version of that kid who's like, oh, to unlock the secret menu, you Alt F4.
Or like the 2020 version of the like, okay, I am drawing a blank on like the full story, but like the whole like, if you type your password, it's like stars, Hunter 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually made my work password Hunter 2 because I was tired of them making me change it. So I just made it Hunter 2 and it accepted it. And I'm like, guys, come on.
Okay, side note, it's closer to the election, so I want to get a boot in. Did you see that some guy was like, yo, I could hack the White House page. And they're like, what do you mean? And he was like, the password is MAGA 2020.
No,
and then they
right?
were silent because that was the password.
No, right? Like, so not only did the straight up like Trump's official
Also,
pages
I'm sorry,
got hacked,
I
and
think
also
it
his
was-
Twitter account. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was his Twitter account was the one I heard.
Also, like, I was talking with Slide about this the other day, and I'm like, why is his Twitter password MAGA 2020? Did he, like, change this recently, or has it been MAGA 2020 since he was elected in 2016? I don't know.
Apparently, there was a previous breach. The same man identified his password, and he changed it to this. So
if somebody hacked your password, why would you change it to something so obvious?
well, because he's an idiot. That's why. But also,
Because he's a fucking doof.
while we're on election news, sorry people who want to use this as your escape, but it is next week, so we gotta get this out of our system now before, you know. Have you seen how he's been negging his crowds recently at his like events and shit, Aaron?
No, I mean, I see headlines, but I try not to think of him.
So he was in Pennsylvania, and he was staring at a 16-wheeler that was nearby, and he said, and I quote, at a rally, by the way, nice trucks. Do you think I could hop into one of them and drive it away? I'd love to just drive the hell out of here. Just get the hell out of this. I had a good life. My life was great. Donald, my dude, are you okay? What's going on?
God.
Does he mean, like, before he was president?
I think he does.
He said I did a lot of secret crimes. For whatever reason, no one wanted to report on them. For some reason, everyone's real interested in all the bad stuff I did. Wish I could hop in a big 16-wheeler and disappear.
Maybe it's because I'm person number one in the U.S. now that everyone is on to all the crimes I've committed since birth. I don't know.
I just want to drive the hell out of here in this big 16-wheeler. I had a great life, such a good life. Get me out of here.
What a ride. Anyway, just vote November 3rd. Vote for Joe Biden.
God,
Vote
fucking vote
Fuck
for
this.
Joe
Just
Biden,
vote.
please.
Okay, come on. Next week, it's going to be a fucking Trump victory watch. Just vote for Joe.
I'm convinced that this, like, is going to be, like, a month-long period where, like, it's back and forth between, like, the courts and all that shit, and we're all upset the entire time, but, you know.
Yeah, please vote. 2016 me would be like, follow your heart. Please vote for Joseph Biden, please.
No, yeah, same, like, obviously not my favorite candidate, but he's the one that needs to be voted in right now because, like, if you're voting for Trump, don't listen to us. Bye.
Yeah, Joe fucking sucks, but I mean, whatever. He's my grandpa now, I guess. And I've always wanted another grandpa, so now I got one.
Even though we had the nice grandpa, but everyone fucked up.
It's whatever. You know what? Telemon died for this. And we gotta honor Telemon's wishes. He said, vote for Joseph Biden on his way out.
All three of his illusions said that as they were dying.
Oh, I can't believe I killed fucking Telemon. Also, Aaron, I think it's time that we put aside our Night Elf and Worgen differences because I don't think any other race has given as much lives and bloodshed during BFA as the Worgen and the Night Elf. When I was fucking doing this Horde quest, when I was helping Talanji defend her capital, there were scores upon scores of dead Worgen that I mowed through first. And then it was like, okay, we've killed all the Worgen. Now for the Night Elves. And I was killing legions of Night Elves. Where the fuck was everybody else? Where were the humans? Where were the Draenei? They weren't there on the battlefield.
So, yeah, that's something I didn't pick up on when I was doing it with the Alliance. But you take these marginalized people who lost their home a month ago, and then you said, hey, I know you guys watched all your friends and family burn down. You're also going to be the suicide squad that distracts the Horde on the beach. So I know you're sad. You miss your mom because she became like a briquette. But can you die slow? It's fucked up. Meanwhile, the cozy humans and dwarves of the Alliance are like, we get to attack the city.
I would like to throw something in here and say, you said, where are the Draenei? And we spent this whole episode talking about how great of a sacrifice Telemon made.
Excuse me, he's a Lightforged Draenei. He's not one of you. He's better because he was there with us. They also use the allied races marginally too. Void Elves and Lightforged, get out here. You're gonna teleport us in and die.
Yeah, exactly. All the allied races, they're like, oh, you gotta earn your keep The Void Elves are like, I just became a Void Elf last week. I'm not good at my shadow magic. It's like, well, you better be fucking good. Die slow.
God. I had to kill Dark Irons too. They literally put all the allied races on the front lines, minus Kultiran, and we're like, go get them, boys. Meanwhile, the regular purple Draenei with no glowy tendrils were chilling in their spaceship.
In my defense, I feel like a lot of my friends who played Draenei race changed to Lightforged Draenei, so...
Oh, so you feel as proxy you are a Lightforged Draenei?
No, I'm just saying that a lot of the Lightforged Draenei were formerly known as Draenei.
I'm gonna say it here. I'm gonna bury the hatchet. Worgen are okay. We've been through so much together. We live together. We need to come together against these other horrible races that are rude to us.
We need to realize that our time is over. We got Frontlines treatment when they burnt down our trees. And now we're relegated to, I think there was a Worgen mage making a portal in the Exile's Reach intro. That's the last we'll ever get.
So I see both of you guys have your hands or paws together right now. Could I put a tentacle down on there and say that Draenei also want to join this pack because people don't want to remember us. They don't want to ever go to the Exodar. No one cares about us or loves us.
Your story's literally over.
Honestly, I don't know. I was looking at making a new character level, and I saw Draenei, and I was like, I don't want to play you, so I don't know if I can let you in on this. How about this? If you can commit a hoof and not a tentacle, maybe.
Fine. Hoofs up for this agreement.
All right, fine. I'm in if it's hoofs up. If he's putting his little nasty little foot up there, then I'm in.
Excuse me.
Sorry, her nasty little foot. Is that what you wanted?
Fine. I'm being abused on pod today.
For Argus.
For Argus, as I put my hoof onto this Hansen.
Okay, so when do we overthrow the humans and the dwarves? Two of which are my other number 2 and 3 races.
Yeah, Slide's really going to be able to infiltrate because he has, between those two races, 17 characters.
Meanwhile, my 2 in contention for my alt are Pandaren, who people forget altogether because they blur the line between both factions, and Void Elf, who were also equally killed.
Hey, you know what? High Elves? We have High Elves again. They're more important than Void Elves. I feel like Void Elves are just kind of made out of nowhere. High Elves have some lore, at least. Why don't Battlegrounds tie?
I don't know.
If
I've hardly ever been.
Aaron, if my team captures the flag first, right? So that we capture the flag first, and then your team, who's fighting us, captures the flag second, and the score is 1-1, you win. You win the game because you scored last. How fucking stupid is that?
That's very dumb.
Imagine if that's how soccer worked, a historically low-scoring game where you fucking both tied. Well, they scored the last goal, so sorry, they're gonna fucking win the match. No fucking rebuttals. So dumb, and I was so mad about this when I was trying to get my poor little shaman her PvP gear because A, she has no health, so she's already dying in Battlegrounds. B, it's even worse when she fights her little heart out and we lose because the enemy team captured with 1 second left and it was 1-1. It's dumb. Apparently the reason is because if you capture first, then that team will just turtle until they win. Okay, but when the second team wins, they're also just gonna turtle and then they win. What?
Bring us ties and Battlegrounds.
Do it.
Maybe I could see if in rated Battlegrounds, that's how it worked. But if I'm in a regular Battleground and it's a tie, who fucking cares? Let us fucking tie. It would encourage players to not want to tie. No, people hate ties. They want to break ties. I hate wearing ties. Let's fucking break the ties.
I mean, if they can have competitive Overwatch ties, they can have ties in rated Battlegrounds in WoW.
Snap. Halinka, are you there? Mr. PvP man. Let's bring in ties. Let's try it for a patch. If people truly hate it, we can get rid of it. Let's try it out. Let's wear it for a little bit. Let's get comfortable in it, much like Aaron's foreskin professor shirt.
You know what? You mentioned it. I was gonna take it off because it was itchy, but I have been wearing it the whole time because my headset's on. And I was like, that's too much work. I don't want to take my headset off.
Much like Aaron's foreskin shirt, let's just tie it out.
Oh, I don't like that.
Well, speaking of foreskin, let's just head on into our sexiest NPC of the week.
Speaking of sexual organs.
Who is it? Who we fucking got?
Well, this week we have a sexiest NPC of the week who was submitted by our DNRmy member, Big Bear.
Ooh, Big Bear.
Hey, Big Bear, Mr. Dynamite Man.
Yeah, so Big Bear submitted a sexiest NPC. Oh, okay. So Slide is cracked one open for the sexiest for the sexiest NPC nomination from Big Bear. And Big Bear is nominated Chromie, baby.
Ooh. Fun size, little hot gnome, baby.
Like, she may be a gnome, and, like, they're, like, crimped and cramped in certain places, but she's got it going on. She's got a spicy bod for, like, someone sub 3 feet.
And let me just say that, like, if you are a member of the Bronze Dragonflight, and you can choose, like, literally any appearance you want to represent yourself to, like, the most of the world, and you choose a female gnome, you know you have that, like, BDE. Like, you know what you're about, and you're, like, in charge.
Mm-hmm. I was running Chromie's dream over and over and over, and the highest I could get was close friend. And I said, Blizzard, please, I'll run it 1,000,000 times if I can be Chromie's FWB. You feel me?
Ooh, I'm jealous because, like, I am still a stranger with this girl Chromie. Like, I want to get way closer.
I only ran it like 3 or 4 times. And I was like, I don't get this.
I just want to squeeze her buns, and I don't mean her cheeks. I mean the ones on top of her head. Squish, 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 squish.
Also, I just want to, like, say that this woman is the one that we need to thank for this improved leveling experience. So, like, she is giving to this community. She has done so much for us.
I think the gnomes love her, right, Deoxyribose?
Yeah, she's great.
See, the
Wow.
gnomes love.
That's great. Okay, so, like, I know that's supposed to be a gnome voice, but if Deoxyribose really sounded like that, that'd be very frightening.
Hang on. Let me.
That was like a cartoon mouse.
Let me try again.
Hey, how are ya? I love Chromie's pussy.
Oh my god, Deoxyribose.
Boy. Deoxy.
We do these segments every week, but that is too much.
I don't know if you know, but we're ex-lovers.
You're
Oh.
lovers, the two of you?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, give us the dish.
You have a good day now.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, well, goodbye.
Well, there he goes. He's very much one to kiss and tell and then scoot away.
And then not kiss and tell. What a fucker.
You know what? I feel weird continuing now because, I mean, Chromie's a hot piece of brass dragonflight, but if that's Deoxyribose's woman, I don't want to muscle in.
So I will say that I will bring you your award the next time I visit you, which will be very soon because after I top off my warlock in the leveling sphere, I will immediately come back to you on my warrior, I believe.
Ooh, yeah, I'm excited to hang out with her on my fucking Zandalari Druid, which is such a weird thing to say, Zandalari Druid. It feels dirty saying that, but maybe I'll see her on better terms, on a good old human mage. Just something to feel nice and classic, you know?
I was gonna say, like, otherwise you need to get the fuck out of here.
It's crazy. I honestly, Chromie Time seems so fucking sick, but I'm kind of sitting here like, I literally have every class at max level, some 2 times, and I don't know what to level. Like, what do I level, you know?
So, like, the way I've been approaching it is that I've been using it to help me with my Lore Master achievement. So that's why I leveled my Warlock through particularly Pandaria, because the only zone I had finished before was the Jade Forest. So I've been leveling through every other one. So, like, I'm, like, almost max level now, and I have almost finished every other zone. I'm worried about when I ding 50 without finishing the zone I'm currently in, though. I heard that Chromie immediately teleports you out of the zone when you ding 50, so I hope I can literally go back and finish the zone.
Yes, this is a warning for everybody who's leveling through Chromie Time. I'm fairly certain this is how it works still. If you ding 50 and you are still doing like your quests and you want to finish the zone, too bad. You get yanked out of where you are and you get teleported forcibly against your will to Stormwind, I think, to start the new like chain to like finish your shit. And it's really jarring and really bizarre, and I don't know why they would not have a button that says, do you want to go to current zone now to do catch-ups? Instead of being like, come on, bitch, you're coming with me.
Well, I mean, I guess Chromie is just very assertive. She knows what she wants, and she wants you the fuck back in Stormwind now that you're max level, baby.
She said, I want that hot bod right here. Let me casually walk into your crotch, because I'm crotch level.
We stan a Dom Gnome. There's not many of them, but when they're there, bitch, they're hot as fuck. Thanks, Chromie.
She can make my kindy spark shine.
Oh, God, I had too much reactions there. I was like, my heart. Why would you do that, Aaron? Why? I mean, he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand the reference, but it still hurts my heart.
I don't understand.
She could turn me to dust with just a touch.
Oh, Kennedy! Jaina's apprentice who got wasted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the mana bomb fucked her right the hell up.
Oh, God. Why?
Have you seen my daughter?
All right, well, with that, it's time to move into our top toot, bottom boot, medium moot. I'll start off this one with a top toot.
Toot toot.
One may say it's verging on Auga, but I've been told I can't do that anymore, so.
No, you can't fucking do that. You shouldn't have been able to do it these last weeks. Stop.
Listen, shut up. Anyway, I went through some trials and tribulations leveling this fucking shaman, which is part of the reason why I feel like I love her so much, because I feel like we've been through so much together in this past 5 days. So I was in Corlane in Drustvar, and all I had to do, I needed to kill the caterer to get me some hot eye level 65 boots, which are very not good boots, but for me, that's amazing. And I'm standing there at the cake. I press the cake. The caterer responds. I have him to half health. 2 horde priests with the names Evelion from Bartholus and Takarbans from Takandrius fucking attack me and kill me, and they steal my caterer kill.
As the president of priests, I am very offended about these actions of these 2 priests, and they are no longer priests in my book.
I am glad that the precedent has some words to say to them, because I was pissed. I'm a baby shaman. My damage sucks. It took me forever to get the caterer to half health. It was not fucking cute. So they killed me, and I typed in chat, and I was like, are there any alliance nearby? Because these 2 priests were rude to me, and I just want to kill them. And I was thinking, like, alliance never fucking responds to this shit. It's always the horde that brings their boys immediately to back up. But this time, I was fucking wrong.
Ooh.
I am renaming Battle for Azeroth for this week. From BFA to BFC, the Battle for Corlane.
Ooh, BFC, baby.
I was immediately whispered by my boy Chris from Darkspear, who's a hunter, and he said, hey, I can help you out. I'm just kind of chilling and doing nothing, like whatever. I'm done with Turtle Quest, so I can help kill these guys for you. And in chat, 2 more voices popped up. Warg from Dragon Maul and Hellstorm from Korgath. Honestly, some of the coolest fucking names I've ever had, because Warg was indeed a Worgen warrior. Don't get it twisted.
Ooh.
So I'm dead. And as I'm dead, like waiting to respawn, they had literally already found the 2 priests. They were like, Chris was like, I have eyes on them. I see them. They're currently in Corlane. They're questing right now, but I think they're almost done soon, and they're gonna teleport. And I'm running. I'm hoping to fucking murder these priests. And he says, if they're teleporting. I'm gonna break them up. And I literally, as I get there, I see Chris. He zooms out from the sky, 1v2. He doesn't even see any of us there yet, and he shoots them to stop them from teleporting. And I'm like, he didn't even see me coming behind him. Like, he's doing this out of the goodness of his alliance heart to kill some dirty horde. And as I'm punching them, Warg and Hellstorm show up and we decimate them. I mean, granted, it is 4v2, so like they're going to lose. But not only that,
They're going to lose.
but like the four of us collectively decided to teabag them. Two on each of their heads. Sit, stand. And everyone was like, wow, what a rush. We murdered Horde. Because like they also were surprised that other alliance responded to the call of help. So basically, if you see an alliance in need, please help them. And if you're Horde, just leave us alone. Because now we're learning to finally fight back, and I'm so proud of my boys and girls.
Bless up.
I swear to God, normally I ask for help and everyone's just like, you got this. And I'm like, I mean, I could try, but like some help would be greatly appreciated.
The only times I've ever asked for help have been ignored, so...
You gotta rally the troops. All right, Aaron, what about you? What's your TTBBMM?
Unfortunately, this week I come to you with a bottom boot.
No!
So, Cubby Bub was going through and getting some allied races, and the last of which was the Dark Iron Dwarves. The one part of the quest is you have to go back into BFA's ultimate favorite dungeon, the Motherlode.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and we did not feel like queuing to get an actual group because, like, who's doing normal Motherlode? And before we had together, just the two of us, done Mythic Siege of Borealis. So we were like, this should be easy. But what we forgot was they had taken all of our fancy things away from us.
Oh.
And we were weak babies again.
Yeah, I feel like you guys, like, if you guys would have let me know, I would have come. I'm not doing anything.
Oh, it's okay. But it was it wasn't like overly tough, but it took probably 20, 30 minutes to do it. And I was just like, I hate the Motherlode.
Yeah, it's a lot of mobs, so like if it's just the two of you guys, you probably have to take it pretty slow.
Mm-hmm. And a rogue and a mage. Luckily Cubby Bub had a healing beam, the first artifact trait you get, but we had to stop and eat crumpets after every engagement, so it took us a long time. Luckily we were able to clear it. Going back into the Motherlode after months and months and months of avoiding it, I was like, let this be the last time.
Did you guys use her rogue shot ability to keep you both hidden?
Well, yes, although there are enemies that'll see you. So we were able to avoid some stuff, but not other stuff. There was a hot strat I was thinking of where I was like, I can go invisible for like 20 seconds, and she can stealth and go invisible. So I was like, we'll skip an entire group of ads. And then it was immediately after the lady goblin who shoots you with like her azurite gun. And we try and jump the gap. We're both invisible and we get ticked by the muck. And it only does like 38 damage to us, but we both get taken out. And she's like, can you go invisible again? I said, not for 4 minutes. So we had a cool thing we were going to do. And because of some muck, I was like, we have to fight everyone again or wait 4 minutes.
Oh, no. What time of day was this? What day was this? We could have helped.
Yeah, it was like earlier today. It was like 11 a.m. It's like 10 a.m. for you guys.
Damn. Well, if it happens again, let us know.
We will. But that was my bottom brrrr. Immune, what was your TTBBMM?
So, to round things off, I do have a top two.
Ooh, toot toots.
And my top two in general has just been using Chromie Time to level through Pandaria. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the vibe I got from a lot of people who played through Pandaria, because none of us played through Pandaria because we started through Draenor, was that it was a bad expansion. Like, people had bad opinions toward MoP in general. But I loved it in all of my leveling.
Ooh.
Are you about to go full Cubby Bub? Are you about to be out here late at night fishing up paddlefish so that fish fenced out can be your best friend?
No. Let me just say, to clarify, that the leveling experience was great. I loved it. I love the aesthetics of the region. I just love everything about Pandaria in general. I won't be grinding out any dailies anytime soon, but I did really enjoy leveling through it, especially in this new Chromie Time, where you could do most of all of Pandaria, like, as was. It felt really nice. I really liked it.
I am excited. Like, once I hit Chromie Time on my Xanilari Druid named Wild Seed on Illidan, see me there. I'm also going to do Pandaria because I feel like I haven't done it. I've never quested through. Like you've said, you get to Jade Forest and that's it. You're out of there. You're done.
Yeah, so the way I did this run was I just flew in. I did like the first few quests in Jade Forest because you have to as Alliance. I don't know how it works with Horde. Probably the same, maybe. I don't know. But then I immediately flew into one of the other regions and did one of their startup quests there and then went onward.
Wait, have you gone on your hunter to tame the dragons yet?
Which dragons can you tame as a hunter?
You can tame cloud serpents as a Pandaren hunter. You have the innate ability to do so. If you are a hunter of another race, you have to learn a tome, I believe, from that cloud serpent rep to do it. But if you're Panda, you can just do it right off the bat.
I did not know that, but I might do that soon.
Bro, you can tame the fucking black serpents in Vale in the corrupted areas, and you can have 2 black serpents with you, like Hulan or whatever.
I did not know this.
Learning new things every day.
All right, well, looks like we're about. Wait, hold the fucking phone, everybody. I have a quick little update from Wildhead. I can't believe I just saw these words on my screen.
Well, what is it then?
Obviously, we're Alliance, and we're newer Alliance players. But this joke is not lost on me. Apparently, they found Mancrick's wife in the Shadowlands beta. She's fucking in Shadowlands. Are you kidding me?
Honestly, I love that.
Oh, one of the biggest memes created within WoW has seemingly found a final resolution in the Shadowlands. Mancrick's wife has finally been found. The Arbiter has seemingly judged Olgra as one with a warlike soul. She was sent to Maldraxxus. Decimator Olgra can be found at the Burning Thicket. She's now a gladiator for the Undying Army and is in the area squishing Ranishu mobs. Ranishu? Is that the name of the elemental from Hearthstone, from Battlegrounds?
I have no idea.
Anyway, but so she's here.
Sounds familiar.
She's fucking here. And when spoken to, Olgra says, their screams aren't as satisfying as Quillbore, but they'll do. This fucking bitch. That's wild to me.
She's had plenty of time. Isn't that like a vanilla meme? She's had 15 years to kill Ranishu in the Shadowlands.
I fucking love that. But the best part is just the comment on Wahad that I see by Spexo, and it reads as such. Cool.
That's basically how I feel about it too, though.
Yep, that's exactly how I feel.
Cool.
Well, I guess with that, we're gonna be out of here. If you have any comments, questions, you can email us at donotRelentPod@gmail.com or tweet at us on Twitter at DoNotRelentPod. Also, if you guys want to review us on Warcraft Radio in the pod directory, that'd be great. We'll take a shot for your fucking words. Also on iTunes, that one not so much, who cares, but do it anyway, because we love you guys and maybe you can love us back. All right, what about you two? Where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex, or you can follow our podcast Instagram account that I run on the gram at Do Not Relent, that I swear I will update someday. I'm just a little behind right now.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at The Bigacheesy on Twitter. You can read our literary musings at donotrelent.livejournal.com. And next week, please vote, gang, please.
Vote for Joe Biden. Fucking, I swear to fucking God, I will.
Yeah, do it. I swear to God, please.
Please.
Whatever, I'm...
If any of you come at me with fucking Jill Stein and her crystals, I'll shove you in a crystal.
I'm already expecting the worst, but That's the best you can do. The best you can do is expect the worst, hope for the best. Whatever. We'll see you guys next week.
And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.